Welcome aboard. As you may have realized, you recently died, and you now have been resurrected as a Nephilim, an earthbound angel that is responsible for protecting humanity. In this course, we will be discussing the ABCs of Newton's laws, what we do here at the Garden of Alameda Nephilim Training Corps, the importance of self-care, and meeting your commanding officer. Everyone is familiar with the phrase, "With great power comes great responsibility." It may be a little kitsch, but we believe it is absolutely true. Here at the Garden of Alameda Nephilim Training Corps, we have more responsibility than most, as we as a society have entered into a new era of awareness and intelligence. With the advent of the internet, we need to be even more mindful of our presence among the mortals. First and foremost, we are here to protect them. Previous experiences have taught us that the open and extensive display of our abilities in the presence of humans often results in unintended consequences, including harm and destruction. This pattern has been particularly evident in cases involving those closest to us, underscoring the need for discretion in our interactions with mortal beings. Let's take a look at flight. Different Nephilim achieve flight by different means. Some fly by propelling themselves against airflow. Some fly by grabbing and pulling atoms. Your flight style will come to be second nature. Don't worry. Your newfound strength and speed may be fun, but as some of you already know, irresponsible usage can be deadly. The most important takeaway is to remember your physics. We can draw a lot of lessons from Sir Isaac Newton, and not just by studies in science. So let's take a look at some other things we can learn from Newton. Sir Isaac Newton is more well known for his work in physics and optics. However, what is not well known is that his mother, Hannah Ayscough, was also a Nephilim, an elementalist. His studies of physics were likely triggered by watching his mother use her surroundings and her feats of strength, speed, and her interaction with objects on a molecular level. A word about Newton. His father died before his birth, and within a few years, his mother remarried a very well-to-do pastor. The pastor demanded that Isaac be sent off to her family upon their marriage, setting into motion a much unintended line of events. Newton may have been a genius, but his mental health took a very severe turn due to the interactions with his mother. There are very few things more important than the work we do here, but one of them is children. Humanity has not prioritized the research of fetal transfer, but has been given all of the materials necessary to do so since S.H.I.E.L.D. sister Henrietta Lacks was sent back to Earth. So this is not currently an option without the usage of a Nephilim healer. The decision to have children is not one to be taken lightly, and it is absolutely acceptable and understandable to opt not to have children or to give your child up for adoption. The life of a child of a Nephilim is never an easy one, fraught with danger and major time demands. However, if you do have children, they must be absolutely paramount in your priorities. If you are not sure if you can live up to your Nephilim responsibilities, just speak with your S.H.I.E.L.D. sisters. A lot of us are parents too, and even the ones who are not parents completely understand your needs and are more than willing to assist in covering whatever gaps you may be encountering. So what is it we do? To put it simply, we prevent, rescue, and defend. We are the absolute last line of defense and protection for all of humanity. When everything else fails, we are the ones who will always keep going. We have to be ever ready to act. We frequently have to be the adult in the room. We have to save everyone, regardless of our personal values and beliefs. We must recognize and understand that we do not have the capacity to save everyone, but we must know that we cannot stop trying until we are no longer physically able to continue. We will meet Sergeant Major Blue Wilson in a bit, but one thing that she makes absolutely clear is that we do not get to pick who we are saving. Our responsibility is saving humanity in its entirety. Let's take a look at some questions to ask yourself for search basics. Time. Is it during the day where most people are at work? Or nighttime when most people are home sleeping? Structure. Is this a storage unit or is this an apartment complex? Signs of occupancy. Is the lawn grown over? Are there toys in the yard? Bystander information. Were you sent there by 911? Are witnesses pointing and screaming? Heartbeat detection. Slow yourself and try to quiet your mind. Can you feel other living things around you? Collective chaos. Do you feel a general sense of dread or anxiety when facing a certain direction? Learn to approach that chaos. Conditional telepathy. People tend to project their inner thoughts in crisis, sometimes viewed as praying. We cannot read their specific thoughts, but we are able to detect when someone is calling out in pain or suffering. Communication with your teammates, both mortal and immortal, is essential for everyone's safety, even more so when searching for victims. Overconfidence breeds arrogance, and arrogance leads to mistakes. As Nephilim, we cannot allow ourselves to become cocky. Some things to remember. Recovering the dead is not just a respectful thing to do. Dead bodies decompose and can easily contaminate the surrounding area. Dead bodies are also of the utmost importance to the pursuit of justice, both heavenly and earthbound. When searching, always follow the wall to your left and always turn into the door on your left. Following this throughout a structure will help ensure that nothing is overlooked. Once a room has been searched, close the door if applicable and mark it with your fingernails with an X, followed by your initials to designate it as searched. When thinking strategically about your existence with mortals and civilians, it's always important to remember rock, paper, scissors. Angels take demons, demons take humans, but that also means that humans take angels. We must be ever mindful of our relationships with humans, for most damage done to a Nephilim will inevitably come from our mortal keepers. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You need to take care of yourself. 84% of all recovered fallen have cited their mental health as the biggest contributing factor of their fall. When Sergeant Major Wilson lost her child, her ties to her humanity were tenuous at best. When one of us fall, we all suffer. These are not just shield mates. These are your siblings. Keep ahead of your mental health, or it will get ahead of you. Many Nephilim fall for many reasons. Most falls can be immediately linked to personal tragedies that lead to an emotional break. The defining moment of each fall is the second that the Nephilim turn away from their responsibilities to protect humankind. Our task is great, and our cause is just, and as we may have superhuman abilities, we are all bound to a human heart. You are never alone. Your shield siblings stand with you, behind you, and if necessary, in front of you. Introducing your commanding officer. Blue Wilson, a native of Flint, Michigan, was born in 1977. Her journey to becoming a Nephilim began at the age of 9, surrounded by those who would stand with her in future battles. Tragically, without any family to call her own, Blue entered the foster care system, initially placed at Safeguard Haven Group Home. This institution was subsequently closed following allegations of sexual abuse by its staff. Blue embarked on her military career at the young age of 17. Displaying remarkable talent and determination, she ascended the ranks rapidly. However, her Nephilim existence was solitary until age 14, when during one of her escapes from the foster care home, Blue found herself in Chicago. There, she encountered her first other Nephilim, a Minata of the Watcher bloodline. Once connected with the Nephilim diplomats, Blue was formally called as the General of War, long prophesied, but not found until the end times. In conclusion, as newly resurrected Nephilim at the Garden of Alameda Training Corps, you're embarking on a profound journey. You've learned about the immense responsibilities accompanying your powers, the critical importance of discrete interactions with humans, and the nuances of search and rescue operations. Remember, our actions are governed by the necessity to protect humanity while maintaining a delicate balance with our abilities. From Newton's teachings to the complexities of our relationships with mortals, every aspect of your training is designed to prepare you for the challenges ahead. As Nephilim, we must be ever vigilant, compassionate, and judicious in our actions. Sergeant Major Blue Wilson's leadership exemplifies the dedication and resilience required in our mission. Remember, you're not alone in this journey. Together, as a united force, we strive to uphold our sacred duty to humanity. Let's embrace our role with courage, integrity, and a steadfast commitment to our cause.